Peace, Ali, coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about the downside of being too spiritual. All right, the first downside of being too spiritual is you may become too judgmental. And as a person that grew up in church, like I bear witness firsthand how that mindset, religious and spiritual mindset, will kind of have you look down on people. When you think about someone that's holy or someone that's very spiritual, we kind of label them as perfect. You know, and if you're watching this video, you may feel like you're better than other people. Let's just keep it all the way tall. A lot of times we feel like we're better than people because we got out the matrix. We found the light. And with that, what happens is you kind of look down on people. If you place yourself on a pedestal, where can you look? You can't look up, you know what I mean? You ain't looking sideways, you don't look down on people. So if you're in a spot where you're telling people what they should be doing or looking at people and say, I don't know why they're doing that, in my opinion, you're being too judgmental. The only people that you have a right to tell them what they could do or what you recommend is people that come to you or your children. Other than that is very egoic as an adult to tell another adult what the hell they should be doing. That's very judgmental because you're judging that person and saying like, yo, you're not where you should be. But if they never sought you out, then I don't think you have the right to tell them. You can drop jewels, you can drop hints, but to full-fledged attack people and ridicule and critique them to the point where they don't even want to be around you, you may be being too judgmental. So the first downside of being too spiritual is you may be way too judgmental now. All right, the second downside of being too spiritual is you may lose friends and family. Because you're a renewed person or you're doing new things, the people that you used to do your old stuff with, they may not resonate with that. It's like a person, like this is a perfect example, is like, especially from a male's perspective, is like your homeboys that you kick it with when you were younger, your crew. Like when a person gets married or get in a relationship, a lot of times they don't kick it with the crew. You know what I'm saying? They may spend more times with their boo, you know, booed up, Netflix and chill and all that good stuff, where they don't have time for their people that they used to kick it with. And, you know, that's a simple example of things that a lot of people experience, especially males. So whenever you're doing something new, you're going to have a whole new circle. If you're going to seminars, you're going to meet people at a seminar that's resonating more on your frequency because you're into the same things. The friends and family that aren't on a spiritual path, you may look at them like, okay, they're not doing anything with their life. And that goes back to judgmentalness or whatever, but we're talking about losing friends and family. But you'll look at them like, man, they ain't doing nothing with their life. They're not into this work. They're not about this light. And you kind of leave them behind. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't leave people behind, because if they're not benefiting you or you're not benefiting them and it's a mutual exchange of energy, then that relationship more than likely is not going to last. But if you're leaving people behind that really are cool, they're open-minded, they have no problems with your new spirituality, then you may be a little bit too harsh. But to lose friends and family as part of the path, I don't want you to look at it like, man, I don't want to do that, because a lot of times you have to grow apart from people that you're close to. So, but depending on if your family is very tight knit, or if you're a person that likes a big circle, like a lot of people around you, losing friends and family may bother you. It may shake you up. But just know that it's definitely a part of the path. If you have the right mindset, seeing that, you know, people are going to come and go. That's just the way life works. There's very few people that are with you from the day you were born to the day you die, and that includes friends and family. So losing friends and family is a downside, if you want to look at it like that, of being on the spiritual path. Okay, third, downside of being too spiritual or being on the spiritual path is you may be too far in the clouds, out of touch with reality. This is something I can vividly remember when I was coming into my metaphysical studies. I personally didn't care about hygiene. I didn't care about bills. I didn't care about what I wore, my grooming. I didn't care about a lot of things because my mind was in the ethers, as I put it. So if you're in a spot where you feel like you done slacked off in a lot of areas, like you may be married, you may not be spending enough time with your family, including your children. You may have bills getting past due. You may start calling off from work or whatever. You're just all consumed with spirituality. Now, I'm not saying don't be consumed with spirituality, but still realize that you are in a physical body. Being in a physical body has certain requirements that must be done, So a downside of being too spiritual is you may be too far in the clouds. What I recommend for that is get some grounding crystals, any crystals that are red and black, and just prioritize taking care of your physical vessel and everything that encompasses being a human. So this has been Ali. If you're in need of metaphysical tools, supplies, including altar supplies, ancestor money, Joss paper, crystals, smudges, incense, natural healing products, lotions, soaps, and all that good stuff, make sure to check out our online metaphysical store, el9shop.com. That's el9shop.com. So until next time, this has been Ali.